Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you how to carry on Syndra in the mid lane here in season 12. For your best runes, you're gonna want Area with Mana Flow. Then for the rest, you're gonna want Transcendence, Scorch, Biscuits, and Time Warp Tonic. For your 3 side runes, you're usually gonna go double AP with Armor or double AP with Magic Resist. Syndra struggles a lot versus champions that Giga outrange her, or champions that just Giga outburst her. So she's a bit in the middle ground. You have to play her pretty aggressively and control the tempo of lane with auto attacks. The best thing about Syndra is she can cast her Q, W, and E without having to stop her own movement, so you can move while you're casting all of those. The goal is to get a Q underneath them whenever they go to auto attack a minion. So when they step up to auto, you get a Q under their feet. Here I didn't want to miss those two, so I went ahead and just Q'd them. We'll get an auto on her, applying our area as well. Now when she steps up, we'll try to get her with a Q. If you start with Corruption Potion, last hitting is a little bit harder, but you get obviously more sustain. Our area's up, we'll take a short little trade. And we don't really want to miss minions to do that. I'm gonna hit her with our stun, trade in heavy with her. She should die from that, I think. Yep, nice, nice, nice. Syndra's level 2 is really scary. Most squishy champions will just die at that point. Go ahead and Q the backline. You can use your Qs on the minions. If you're going to do so, you have to keep in mind you're going to lose a lot of tempo, because it's going to give the enemy champion a chance to breathe. So if you're going to do it, make sure it's with meaning and that you're not losing too much out of it. Like I said, though, if you are going to poke the enemy champion, you don't really want to be missing minions to do so. We have the wave crash, so we can set up a recall. You usually want to back on a cannon wave. We're going to go ahead and rush down Boots first item. It's a really good item on Syndra since you can cast all your abilities without standing still. So if you can get an early Boots advantage on your opponent, it's just such a huge tempo lead. She doesn't have Boots here. We also have item lead, so we'll be able to flutter down, hit her with Qs, W's and E's. Once you have your W at level 3, you're usually going to want a W before you use your E, because your W's are slow. So in a perfect world, you're actually W'ing them kind of first to land everything else. It doesn't always end up being that way. Just sometimes it's a bit more fluid than that. We're going to try to thin this wave out a bit. There's so many backline minions that if we try to trade with her on top of that, we're going to lose the trade even if she doesn't play it very well. So obviously she wants to come in for this minion. I'll give her some space. She uses an ability, which is good because now she can't use that on us. If they're forced to use their abilities to last hit, that's very, very good for you. Got her with the slow, got her with the Q stun. We have on our Corruption Potions. And we finish her off with a Q auto attack. Solid gank from the Zed. Since she didn't have flash, she was very killable there. We're gonna pick up our W, toss it in midair, and Q at the same time. Your W has a much longer travel time than obviously your Q does. Your Q goes off pretty quickly. We'll Q this backline. It should die from just 2 Qs. I'm gonna pop my last Corruption. You do get extra damage from Corruption when you're on it. Your auto attacks and abilities burn the enemies a bit. Kind of like an Ignite, but a lot less damage. But obviously Corruptions also give you health and mana back, and we're low mana, so got her with our Aerie. Got her again. I'll pop a Biscuit since we're below half mana. Whenever you're below half mana or half HP, that's the best time to use a Biscuit. We could actually look for a reset here. Yeah, we'll just look for a reset. We're out of mana. Before you have your Lost Chapter, it's actually pretty easy to run out of mana on Syndra, which is why it's very important to be taking advantage of your Corruption Potion scrappiness and auto-attacking the enemies. If you're only using abilities and never auto-attacking, you're missing out on basically 40% of your damage output in the early game. Especially since we don't take Electrocute. Electrocute on Syndra right now is kind of poopy, because if the enemies are playing safe enough, your just raw 1Q pokes or auto-attack pokes won't be doing anything meaningful, because Electrocute has to be 3 different attacks. Aerie lets you play a little bit more fluid, and you have to play a little less all-in-y. So even if you're getting camped, you can still have some presence in the lane. We could basically freeze it here. I kind of don't want to, because we have our R, but if she's going to stay in lane like this, we'll walk up, get her with our slow, hit her with a QE, auto attack, hit her with another QR, and she should die. Nice. It all pretty much led with the W slow. We hit her with a raw Q. We threw that Q on top of her face. You can throw minions at people. That works too. Normally you just, it's usually a ball. Minions work just fine if you don't already have a ball on the ground. Go ahead, pop a biscuit since we're below half health. We're also on a corruption potion. We're most likely going to get ganked because we don't have any wards down and we're playing super far up. I'll break vision here. I don't know where the Rengar or the Qiyana is. Backline's dead. We could actually look to recall here. Got her with the stun. We'll hit her with a corruption potion auto attack. She has that burn on her, so we have to be careful for the turret. She's going to go in for cannon. We miss our Q on her. She's actually playing really far up all of a sudden. Yeah, here's Qiyana. I'll act like I'm going that way. I'm not actually going to do anything too crazy here. I'm just trying to bait her out. She dodged that. Good for her. Yeah, she actually dodged quite a bit there. We need to just slow down our W. When you have your W in hand, since it has such a long travel time, people generally try to dodge it. If you feel an incoming dodge, just hold on to it for it longer like this. I'm going to go ahead and pop a biscuit so I can finish shoving this. When your E's on cooldown, you need to play a lot safer. Everyone knows that Syndra's E is a fairly long cooldown compared to her other abilities, especially her Q. So if you are going to use your E to last hit a minion, don't play crazy far up in lane because you'll have no way to defend yourself or escape a gank. Go ahead, pick up a blasting wand. We're also fed, so we'll grab a dark seal because we can't finish our item here. There's no reason to leave base with like 500 gold. Might as well get the dark seal. Come back to lane that much stronger. We can get Ludens on our next recall. We have 63 CS, not too shabby considering how much we've been scrapping. She's down a bunch of CS. Renata isn't a very good solo lane champion. We'll W the cannon, toss it on the back line. Kill the whole thing. You're going to want to max her E second. You need the cooldown reduction on it. W is mainly just for the slow. We see Qiyana's top side. I'll leave a ward down right there. And we'll go in for another play. Our R's up, Ignite's up. We could look for an all-in here. She's going to stand still to auto there. Yep. She did. Oh, Qiyana got all of her health back. It's a little surprising, actually. I'm standing away from where I know she's at. So if I stand on this right side, as long as their bot lane doesn't rotate, then we're pretty safe. Oh, that kind of hurt. She's actually just gave up both those minions. She's giving us a lot of respect right now, which is going to keep her alive, but simultaneously she's going to miss a lot of CS playing like that. She's playing so far back. We're going to continue to get plates. Almost got her with that Q. Here's the Qiyana. This is what I don't want to deal with. She's dead. Just hit her with an R ignite. I didn't even have to land the stun. We'd whittled her down enough. For each ball you have on the ground, it increases your R damage accordingly, depending on your ability power and the level of your R. Go ahead, finish shoving this in. Q auto attack. Classic Syndra combo. You time your auto to hit the same time your Q is. She's coming mid. We'll go ahead and pull away. Yeah, I was just getting my W ready proactively. It's good bopper with the slow. The slow on your W only goes up by 5% per level, which is why you don't end up maxing it second. The cooldown on your E is far more important. Luden's Tempest. We'll go ahead and pick up a control ward. Next item rush is going to be 𝗕𝐂𝐀𝐀𝗀𝗀 and Shadow Flame. Shadow Flame is by far Syndra's best item if you are ahead. Is a second item rush for the flat magic penetration. You'll essentially be doing true damage with the combination of the 𝗕𝐂𝐀𝐀𝐀𝐀's flat magic pen and the Shadow Flames. If you're behind or if you're against a Giga Burst champ like 𝗕𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐒, then you need to get Zhonya's second item instead. We're going to hit her with a... Ooh, that's why you're normally going for the slow first, so you don't miss that. Thought she was going to turn back around to fight that. I guessed wrong. She has tier 1 boots as I do, so she's just as fast, so I don't have the same option of just like casually walking her down. Got her with the stun, the Q, the E, then into W. This 𝗕𝐂𝐈𝐀 is really annoying. She's so much damage. Their bot lane's missing, so this is actually kind of scary. At least I see where Rengar is. This is first, not first turret gold, but 2 plates. Just solid. Got her with the stun. Down she goes. You need to get comfortable with how far you can toss out your stun. Once you learn that range, you can make way more plays. Plus, you can also stun off of your W in midair. Once you toss your W, you can E it while it's still in range of you, and it will actually increase the stun range. Your E will, by Wing and Eing the W in midair, it'll increase basically the E range of the stun. Okay, 𝗕𝐂𝐀𝐀𝐀𝐀 going into Shadow Flame here. Our teammates got the outer bot. Now we've got the inner mids. So now we need to rotate to these 2 turrets. You don't want to be pushing up like this because you can get flanked super deep and you don't have vision of it because they still have their turrets. So you don't really want to push past all these other outer turrets to go for a Giga deep turret. That's why I'm heading topside right now. Rengar is ahead. I'm going to get a Q down so I can get my slow on him. WQ into an E. Once they're slowed from your W, I'll let him have these. I'm not going to take it from him. Looks like you kind of missed them anyways. I probably should have just taken it. We'll get a controller down right here. These are the next 2 turrets we need to take anyways. As long as you're ending your games pre-35, pre-40 minute on Syndra, you won't really have to deal with the fact that her true late game is not nearly as good as other mages, such as an Annie's or a Xerath or a Ziggs. And then also in the true late game, if they have things like Zilean or Karma, it's really tough to carry on Syndra because they give so much survivability to their team. It's hard for you to really kill them. These guys are really cocky, huh? Oof, kind of walked into that one. All I have to do is get him with 1 stun and he's literally dead. Or just 1 R basically. We did have some Qs on the ground from our failed all-in attempts. But yeah, we're in a dangerous spot here. They're all missing now. I gotta get out of here. We'll pop our corruptions, try to get all our health back. We'll get down a Q. I'll hold on to that. And that's it, guys. They surrendered. I hope you enjoyed this little commentary guide on how to carry on Syndra, especially in the early game. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Kingstixbusiness. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.